This video will contain spoilers. Just make a couple things clear. One, I have a cold. Two, I seen this a couple days ago. I've been meaning to do this for a couple days, but I just keep on forgetting. I think there was a third thing, but I can't remember what it is, so I'm just going to move on. Conclave, universally positive ratings. I watched it in cinema. Ralph Fiennes, Stanley Tucci, John Lithgow. Yeah, it was quite good. I seen the trailer for this somewhere, and I thought, right, I hope this doesn't end up being a horror film, because if it was, which it isn't, by the way, but if it were, it would have been the third film like this to come out this year, because we already had Immaculate in the First Omen, which, don't get me wrong, I love both of those films, but it's just, they're basically the same. But anyway, it's not a horror; it's a thriller, and it's really good. Someone's, I don't remember where I saw this, but there was a review for it where it was like, I never thought I would enjoy seeing cardinals, or whatever the fuck they're called, just being divas for 2 hours straight, and that's really what it is, and it's great. It is like a very watered down Game of Thrones, and what I mean by watered down is the fact that there's no sex, no swearing, stuff like that, because the Cardinals. I'm not saying watered down as in it's worse than it. In my opinion, it is, but it's not like it's bad or anything. It's just I'm using that as a reference. It's a power struggle, is what it is, and you have a bunch of Cardinals fighting over who should be the next pope, and it's great. Especially love. There was a bit where there had been a couple of attacks, like there had been a car bomb went off, and one of the Cardinals was like, it's these Muslim bastards. He didn't say bastards, but you know what I mean. We need to go to war with them. And one of the other Cardinals, who he's been in like Mexico, he's from Mexico, but he's also been a priest in like Afghanistan and places like that. And he's like, you know nothing about war. I've seen all that type of stuff, and we should avoid it at all costs. And he didn't say it, but I was also thinking, like, there's no fucking evidence that it was Muslims that did it. At least based on what they show in the film. I don't know if this is based on a true story or not. I don't think it is. It's based on a book. I just don't know if the book is based on a true story. Yeah, okay. If anything, it'd be more like the IRA, because it's car bombs. Anyway. But then that Mexican guy, he ends up becoming the Pope, and they reveal later that he is, I think the term is intersex or something like that. He is, he's male, like biologically, or maybe I don't know what it is, but basically he's male, but he has female parts. And while people like that do exist, it just feels like they're trying to push a message, which I get that they're not. It's just that because everything else does something like that, and pushes a message, I just automatically assume that anything like that is pushing a message. Overall, great film. Performances are fantastic. I've got nothing else to say. With Peregrines, Home for Peculiar Children. Universally negative ratings. I watched it on Netflix, directed by Tim Burton. Starring Eva Grant, Ella Purnell, Isa Butterfield, Samuel L. Jackson, Judi Dench, Terrence Stamp, Chris O'Dowd. Don't know if I said this, but I've seen it with Ben Man. Right, anyway. Why did they cast two British people? I get Chris O'Dowd isn't British, he's Irish, but you know what I mean. as Americans instead of just casting fucking Americans. And like Chris O'Dowd, I've heard his American accent in things before. I've seen a clip from that show Girls that he was in. Then his accent was crap. His accent's a bit better than this, and I think by the time he did get Shorty, it improved. But I don't remember. I can't even. He might actually have done an Irish accent and get Shorty. It's been that long. I just can't remember. um, I have a sort of weird history of this film because I had heard of it and I had seen it being promoted and shit when it came out, and then just like with Sweet Bitter, I found out like this year that Ella Purnell is in it, and it's something that I've noticed with her career where she's done some things that were somewhat popular but not really, and then you had fucking mainstream things like Arcane where I just did not realize, and I would imagine a lot of people didn't realize she was in it. It just wasn't until Fallout that she started to get attention. Um, yeah, the film was great. It kind of reminded me of X-Men First Class. Um, although I'm glad that they didn't push the whole power thing more because it would just turn into a superhero film, which I fucking love superhero films. I don't think that they're the end of cinema, blah blah blah. But it's just I'm glad that they didn't do that. I don't think I have anything else to say about it. Moana 2, mixed ratings. I watched it in cinema. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Dwayne Johnson, Alan Tudyk, Tamira Morrison. I heard before I seen this that it was actually originally supposed to be like either a Disney Plus series or a Disney Channel series, and that the animation had already been finished. I think it looks fine. I mean, maybe it could be polished a bit more, but I don't know. To be clear, I have not seen the first film, um, but despite that, I still did quite enjoy this. Although it felt quite short, and it doesn't feel like a film. It does feel like a show. Um, although maybe I'm only thinking that because I know that was the plan. But part of the I don't want to say problem, but it's just part of it is that what I thought was going to happen was that Moana met that Aussie girl, and based on the fact that Maui was trying to like kill her or whatever, I thought that what was going to happen was that that girl said, "Go here, do this, and then I can be free," and then it's sort of like a conflict of, do we not free her, but still we also live in hell, or do we free her and we end up being free, but she's going to attack us and stuff like that, and then they do that thing. It's very fucking weird. Um, and then the fighter, and that's what it seems like that's going to happen in Moana 3, but it's just I thought it was going to happen in Moana 2. um, None of the songs are really iconic. Like there's no "You're Welcome." There's no, I don't know what the name of it is, but the one where she says her fucking name. I'm pretty sure it's the first song in the film from the first one. Whereas I've never seen Frozen 2, but because my neighbours every Christmas play Christmas music like out loud, there've been a couple of songs from Frozen 2 that I know of, and also Panic at the Disco covered one of them. So, um, TLDR, as someone who has never seen the first film, I enjoyed the second film.